is going on, people? Welcome to my Arsenal vs Luton preview. Um, where to start on this one? To be honest with you, there's not. I'm gonna keep it pretty short and brief for this video because I feel like there's not much to talk upon. Luton have tons of injuries. They've got about 13 players injured, I believe. We're getting quite a few players back to full fitness. So to be quite honest with you, there's not really too much to talk about. Since I've spoken about injuries, I'll just touch on that first. I know we've got the likes of Thomas Partey returning. I know we have Tomiyasu who's come back. Who else we got? We got Saka who limped off, but I saw the press conference where Arteta said he should be fine to play. So I expect Saka to play because he never really rested him, to be honest. So in terms of injuries, pretty much we're all good apart from Timber. So other than Timber, I think everyone's available. I'm not too sure exactly how fit Partey is and exactly how much he trusts playing Tomiyasu right now. So that should be interesting to see what you do. If I had to predict a lineup that he's going to go with, I'd say he'd go with a front three of Saka on the right. I don't think he'll rest him. Me personally, my 11 would be completely different to this, but not completely, but I'd have about four or five changes to what I'm going to say. I think he'll go Saka, I think he'll go Havertz, and I think he'll go Jesus again. Even though he said Martinelli's fit, I still think he's going to go with Jesus just to not risk it. I think he's going to stick with the same midfield, Jorginho, Ødegaard, Rice. And then obviously behind them, he's just going to play Kiwior, Saliba, Gabriel, Ben White, and David Raya. Me personally though, so I've got a little thought about this lineup. And I think Saka should be dropped. And not because, oh, Saka's not performing or anything like that. I just think he needs a rest. Like, I genuinely think Saka needs a rest. I feel like he's getting burnt out. If we're not careful with him, we're gonna because every game he's just like limping off the field, and I don't know, like I feel like if we're not careful, he will start to become seriously injured, which is not what we need at all. So I feel like in this game in particular, Saka doesn't need to start. Like, he just doesn't need to start. So I would personally play, I'm tempted to say Jesus on the right. Yeah, I'd play Jesus on the right. Jesus on the right, Havertz up front, Martinelli on the left. In my opinion, I'd go with Martinelli. If he's saying that he's fit to play, put Martinelli on the left for me. Give him some game time ahead of that Bayern Munich game. It's important that he gets his fitness back up to scratch. And the best way to do that is to play games. So I'd play Martinelli, Havertz, Jesus. Just behind them, I'd stick with Ødegaard and Rice. The change I would make, though, is instead of Jorginho, I'd play Thomas Partey. Because I feel like Partey, our best midfield, in my opinion, is still Partey, Ødegaard, Rice. So I feel like we kind of like need to see that midfield before it gets to crunch time, and then like before the Bayern Munich game, we really need Partey fit. I'll be honest with you. So let's test it out here against Luton and see how it is. And Tomiyasu is another one where again I'd replace Kiwior and put Tomiyasu personally in defense. Just fitness reasons, I'd try to get him up to scratch as well. Saliba, Gabriel, obviously don't touch that. Crazy centre backs. Then Ben White, I'd stick to Ben White, David Raya, and that's it. And then off the bench, I'd bring on the likes of Smith Rowe, maybe a Fabio Vieira and stuff like that if it gets comfy. But there's not much else I would do with the lineup. I think Arteta is gonna stick to what's been kind of like working for him. I do think he's gonna stick with Kivio, he's going to stick with Jorginho, and he's going to stick with Jesus on the left with Havertz down the middle, only because I don't think he wants to risk. I don't think he wants to risk Martinelli yet. So I feel like he will persist with that. Jesus on the left. If I had to make a prediction, so this is kind of tough because it depends on the lineup. So I'm gonna do two predictions based off what I think Arteta's gonna play, like what I just stated. So based off that lineup, I want to say 3-0. Based off that lineup, I want to say 3-0. Based off my lineup with Tomiyasu, Partey, Jesus on the right, Martinelli on the left, Havertz down the middle. That team for me would smoke them. That team for me, even without Saka, that team, that's a 5-0. That's literally a 5-0 just waiting to happen for me. So that's kind of pretty much, to be honest. I don't really have much thoughts on the game. Like, to be fair, I don't have much to say. Like, just win the game. Just win the game comfortably, and we move. Just wanted to say as well, just a small thing. Thomas Partey, I don't know if I'm like going mad or not, but Thomas Partey needs to be playing. Like, it's really bugging me, the fact that this guy, we've been told for the past God knows how, I feel like for a whole month now, I've been hearing Thomas Partey's fit, Thomas Partey's fit, Thomas Partey, he's back in training, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's training well. I see videos of him all over the internet surfacing that he's training and jumping rope and doing all these things. Like, bro, play the guy. Like, I'm actually getting fed up with this Partey thing. So either you play him, start him, or give him a decent amount of minutes, or just be real with us and just say, listen, he's not fit. Like, because Thomas Partey for me is one of my favorite players. So I've been waiting all season to see that Partey, Rice, Ødegaard midfield. The only time I got to see it properly was in a Charity Shield. And that was literally at the beginning of the season. That was before the season even kicked off, when we played the Community Shield against City, where we won it on penalties. And the midfield actually played really well that day. So yeah, man, it's like Thomas Partey thing's really bugging me. If I don't see him today, to be honest with you, I'm gonna be pretty set on my mind when it comes to, I don't think he's gonna feature in our running, and we've got some really important games. I don't think he'll feature against Munich and stuff like that. If you can't play against Luton for 45 minutes, 50 minutes, maybe an hour, then I don't see where are you gonna play him? Like, when are you gonna play him, type of thing. I still don't know whether you get demonetized for certain things on YouTube and stuff, because it is only my third video, I believe. Yeah, not much else, to be honest. Just vibing, waiting for the game. We obviously got Liverpool game, I believe, is tomorrow. They're playing Sheffield, so I expect them to absolutely dust off Sheffield. I expect that to be like a flipping 5-0, 6-0 or something like that. Man City is interesting because Man City, I believe, we kick off at 7:30 and Man City kick off at 8:15. Now, Man City are playing Villa. I'm pretty sure it's at the Etihad, but nevertheless, Villa is still capable of getting something out of that game. So I will be tuning into that game after the Arsenal game is done. For obvious reasons, I can't do watch-alongs because I haven't reached 50 subscribers yet. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share it, all that good stuff. But depending on what the scoreline is, like, I'll watch the second half of that one. Like, obviously, if City are winning 3-0 or something silly like that, I'm not going to tune into that. I'm just going to check the score after the game. But if it's a close game, it's a one goal game type thing, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, Villa's maybe even winning at halftime, then I'll definitely keep an eye out for it. So yeah, man. I just want to say as well, I appreciate everyone that's commented, subscribed, liked, whether it's the shorts that I posted, whether it's the videos. Um, Obviously, I want to thank everyone for your support, and I do appreciate it. And yeah, people, that's pretty much it when it comes to Luton. There's not really much for me to discuss, to be honest. Just get the job done, get the win, put pressure on Liverpool. We'll go back top if we do get the win. Try to push that goal difference up, because I have a bad feeling that goal difference is going to be like worth an extra point this season, because it's so close between the top three that we need that goal difference. Like, we need that, just in case, that security, just in case like Liverpool draw, for example, and we win and then we're tied on points, and then you never know. Like, there's going to be loads of twists and turns, I feel like, um, throughout these last 9 games. So we need that goal difference to be superior to the other two teams. So that's really important as well. But I expect another clean sheet. The defense has been amazing so far, so I definitely expect them to hold out against a depleted Luton. Let's be honest, they've got about 12 injuries, I think 12, 13, if I'm not mistaken. So I expect the defense to hold out. I expect, regardless of what attack he starts, whether it's Trossard, even if it's Nelson, for God's sake, like whoever it is, Smith Rowe, whoever, I expect them to put the ball in the back of the net more times than Luton are putting it into the back of our net. So therefore, I expect to win. And I expect nothing less than a win. Anything other than a win is a disaster. Simple. I don't give a shit how like it comes. I don't care if we're 5-0 down and we come back to 5-5. Like, no, it's not good enough. We need to win the game, win it comfortably, keep it moving, and see what happens with the other teams. Because from now till the end of the season, to be honest with you, every game is a cup final. So we don't have time to like be playing games and stuff. Um, but yeah, apart from that, like I said, thank you very much for the support, people. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff, and I'll make sure that I do my. I'm trying to think if I should do it today. I'll try to push out a review of the game today if I can. If not, then it will definitely be dropping tomorrow anyway. So yeah, just keep tuned for that. I will update you on that as well on my socials and stuff. So whether it's today or tomorrow, I'm not too sure, but there will be a review coming out for the game, and obviously talking about the result in the same way that I did it for the Man City game. We'll probably have the same kind of layout. So stay tuned for that. Big up my people. Appreciate you. God bless.